G'day everyone, CQ Explorers again. Just a short video today, and what I'm presenting today is a gift that was sent to us by to Colleen and I by Farenheit1100, Hugh in Virginia. Very much appreciated, Hugh. Some beautiful American coins, all with historical connections to the Second World War, and some lovely old banknotes, which I'll show you in a minute. But my first thought when I unwrapped it and saw these American silver coins, which I've not ever seen, was how they compare to Australian coins of the same, roughly the same age and size, so that you guys in the US can see what we're finding in Australia, our silver, and any of the Aussies that don't see American coins on a regular basis, you might get something out of this too. And all you blokes in the UK, well, it's relevant to you guys too, because the Australian pre-decimal silver is all identical to your old imperial coins, because it was all based on the same size and shape as your original sixpence, threepence, florins, that sort of thing. So hope you enjoy the video, everyone. Once again, Hugh, big thank you, fantastic gift. Didn't expect that kind of wonderful gift, and we really appreciate it, mate. So anyway, I'll get on with showing you what we got in that package. Back shortly. Okay, well, here's the first of Hugh's gifts. Two banknotes we got here. This one's a Japanese government note that was issued by the Japanese occupying forces in the Philippines. A 5 peso note. Hugh makes the comment that it was known as Mickey Mouse money by the locals. You probably will see why. But this was given to Hugh by his uncle, who served with the United States Army in New Guinea, and he had some contact with Australian forces there. Very historical item, and I'd imagine that's very close to Hugh's heart, given that it was presented to him by his uncle, and for him to pass that on to us is fabulous. So thanks a great deal for that, Hugh. I'll show you the other side. Now this will be going into the our banknote album and preserved. 5 pesos. That's the reverse. Okay, I'll show you the next item now. Okay, this is the next one. It's a US military currency note. It was issued by the United States Army, I imagine. 50 cent, once they occupied Okinawa in 1945, and that was used as the currency on Okinawa. So that's a wonderful old piece of history. 50 cent note. It's noted there, issued pursuant to military proclamation. Great stuff. Okay, well, let's have a look at some coins. Okay, well, this is the first of the coins. This is a 1905 Indian head penny, which you guys in the US will be very familiar with these things. 1 cent, which you call a penny. Actually, I was surprised by the size of that thing when I saw it, how small it was, but then I realised, well, it's a cent, so that makes some sense. Australia didn't decimalise currency until 1966, so in the early 1900s, we had imperial currency, and then in 1910 we minted our first silvers, and then 1911 were our first copper coins. So by way of comparison, in a similar era, if we look at the first Australian coins, that's a Commonwealth of Australia 1/2 penny, or halfpenny as it's known, and this is a Commonwealth of Australia penny, 1917. Just to give you some idea of the difference in size to a similar denomination coin, roughly. As you can see, the pennies are very large coin. They're easy to find with a metal detector if you're in the right spot. So there you go, that's a US Indian head, and the lowest denomination is the Australian pre-decimals, which is a halfpenny and a penny. Righto, onto the silver. Okay, the next one of Hugh's coins is a 1937 Buffalo nickel. Beautiful little design on that coin. And what I'm going to compare that to, given that it's 5 cents, is an Australian and Imperial sixpence, which when we went decimal in 66 became 5 cents. They're the same size and shape as our current 5 cent piece. So this one here, not terribly clean, but there it is a 1920 George V sixpence, Australian. And this one here is a 1872, I think it is, Queen Victoria Imperial sixpence. Same size, the Australian and the Imperial coins are identical in size and weight. So the Buffalo nickel is thicker and slightly larger in diameter. That just gives you some idea what a coin of roughly the same monetary value compares. So that's buffalo nickel and a sexpence. Okay, next one we've got is a Mercury Dime. Okay, well here's it's a Mercury Dime 1941. Beautiful silver coin, that one. And what I'm going to compare that to, given that it's 10 cents, is our shilling, which was converted to 10 cents in 1966. The shilling's a much larger coin, but these are all sterling silver coins. That's an Australian George V shilling, 1912. And this one here is an English 1878 Victorian shilling. So, as you can see, the shilling's a larger coin. Roughly the same denomination in each country. There's Queen Victoria and King George V. And we'll have a look at the back of the Merc. There we go. As you can see, Hughes coins are beautifully clean. Mine are just how I dug them out of the ground. Okay, well, let's move on to the next coin. Okay, well the next one's a 1945 Washington quarter. We don't have, and we've never had, a 25-cent coin in Australia. In size, it's roughly equivalent to the shillings that I just showed you there. That's an Australian shilling by comparison. Both of these coins are sterling silver and are roughly the same size and shape. So if you guys over there see us digging up shillings, it's around the size of your quarters, silver quarters. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, there's one other Australian coin I haven't shown you yet, a silver coin, and that's the threepence. It's a tiny little coin. That's the Australian version, and that's the imperial version. That's an 1885 Victorian one. Australian sixpence, US quarter, and a Mercury dime. So it's actually smaller than a Mercury dime. Very small targets to a metal detector, a threepence. You can often get a real scratchy signal because if they're laying at an angle, they don't present well to a coil. Always a good indicator of how you're going on a day. If you're picking up threepences, you're doing well and you won't miss everything else. So that's another little coin we've got here, is a little silver threepence. So okay, we'll move on to the next coin. Well, how about this beauty? It's a 1943 US half dollar, Walking Liberty I think you guys call this one. Absolutely beautiful coin. That is what a magic design. No wonder you get excited when you dig those things up. Hugh, I don't know how you parted with that, but thanks very much for that. 50-cent piece. Now, once again, there was no pre-decimal equivalent, of course, but our biggest silver that we find commonly in Australia is a florin. That there is a 1924 King George V florin. And this one's an 1872 Victorian Gothic florin. That's pretty worn, that one. But they are slightly smaller and thinner than the US half dollar. Now, I'll show you something else though, which is probably more relevant to this presentation regarding the half dollar. I'll show you the other side of those coins. Oh, Victoria's a bit worn there. That's King George V on the other side. We'll turn the US dollar, half dollar over. Now, given that it's 50 cents, there is another Australian coin that is relevant to this coin. We went decimal in 1966. The last silver coins, 50% silver coins, were minted in 1964. But then in 1966, when they went to decimal currency, they issued this coin, which is the last silver coin minted for standard circulation in Australia. It's a 1966 50-cent coin, and it's 80% silver. Now, it was issued for a single year, 1966. The reason being that the silver price went through the roof, and there's a lot more than 50 cents worth of silver in the coin, so that the Royal Australian Mint was actually making a loss in producing these coins. So they only made them for 1 year, and then the silver stopped, and after that they're all Cupro nickel, 12-sided. This one here I found in a Brisbane park a few years back. They're always a great find, the old 50s, because they're 80% silver, as late as 1966. But as you can see, that that's an American 50-cent coin, half dollar. That's an Australian, the original Australian silver half dollar, if you want to call it. We've never called it that here. It's a 50-cent coin, but the 50 cents is slightly larger. But our new ones have no silver in them whatsoever. That was the last, 1966 was the last regular issue of silver coinage in Australia, 80% silver. That was kind of the flagship coin at the time, and it was a flagship, alright, just cost them too much, so they stopped making it. Okay, there we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little video, everyone. Look, once again, Hugh, from Colleen and I, thanks very much. Fantastic gift. It was great to see what these American coins look like. We see you guys digging them up. To see them in the flesh and compare them to what we get gives us a real perspective on the stuff on YouTube. So thanks for watching, everybody. Happy hunting, and we'll see you next time.